Hey guys, welcome to Digit.in, and this is our review of the Asus ROG G20CB. Now, if you're someone that's into PC gaming, then you know what a joy it is to build your own PC. There's just something special about getting your hands down and dirty, buying those components that you want, marrying them in that really good looking cabinet. But if, like me, you're a console gamer and stays away from building a custom PC, then this option might be for you. It's a built gaming PC that looks very sexy and comes out of the box. It's as simple as plugging it into a monitor or even a television, plugging in your controller or keyboard and mouse and getting to game. Now this one has the GTX 980 graphics card and a Core i7 processor, and this machine, the G20CB, starts at about 1,30,000 rupees. So is this the ideal gaming machine for you? When we look at the build and design, it doesn't really look like a PC. Actually, that is the whole point, that it should look like a console, relatively small and good looking enough to be kept along the TV or a big monitor on your desk. The Asus ROG G20CB looks like a mean machine from all angles, as the corners, even on the side panel, have angular accents to give it an aggressive stance. The whole machine has a matte black paint job which is teamed with red accents around the edges. To add to the whole gaming design, Asus has loaded the G20CB with full RGB lighting. The RGB lighting on the device also supports lighting effects such as sound, pulse, sync and tuning. Now, once I was done drooling over the body of this machine, there's one more thing that fascinated me: the cooling. The small chassis may not be able to hold a proper 120 or 140 mm fan. However, Asus has done a relatively good job in keeping the temperature in check. So inside the case, there are two air blowers which sit over the processor and RAM, which pump hot air out from the top. As for the graphics card, it has been mounted flat against the motherboard with the blower fan facing the side panel. Now, while the device does look very premium, there is a little bit of nitpicking that we'd like to do. To begin with, you cannot keep it horizontally, you can only keep it vertically. So if you're someone that has that really sleek television cabinet below the TV, you cannot put this horizontally under that. It has to be kept somewhere vertically. Another thing is that the power brick is really big and it's outside. Now, we have seen a lot of taunts towards the original Xbox One for having the power brick outside, where Sony's consoles have always had them inside. But knowing that this is a full-fledged PC, not mobile components but the actual full-size components, it's expected that the power brick would be outside. Like I said, with such a beautiful machine, it might be a little difficult to hide a power brick. You're going to have to put in as much effort as we have to hide it in a setup like this. Moving on to the performance, the Asus ROG G20CB is not the most powerful pre-built gaming machine in the market. But if you are interested in 1080p gaming at ultra settings, this might get the job done flawlessly. Powered by an Intel Core i7 6700 processor and aided by 32GB DDR4 RAM, the G20CB packs in a lot of grunt. While the standard i7 does a fine job when gaming is concerned, I would have personally preferred the Intel Core i7 6700K. This would have given the processor an extra kick and given you the bragging rights of owning one. The graphics are handled by the powerful NVIDIA GeForce GTX 980 GPU. Again, this is a very powerful card and will run all AAA titles if you are playing at 1080p or 2K. However, the card has its limits, and going beyond the 2K resolution threshold really takes the steam out of the GPU. I tested the Asus ROG G20CB with older titles like BioShock Infinite, which are playable at frame rates of 30 FPS, but newer game titles such as Tom Clancy's Division were unable to run properly at 4K with frame rates not going beyond 15 FPS. All testing was done in high and ultra settings with all the graphic options set to maximum. Now, if you are a video editor, then the 32GB of RAM and the GTX 980 is going to be a dream for you to work on. Coming to the accessories, the Asus ROG G20 ships with a standard backlit keyboard and a standard mouse, which are concealed in matte finish. While the mouse feels cheap and unusable for gaming, you can stick with a backlit membrane-based keyboard. The keys protrude inwards and offer decent travel. There is a volume dial on the keyboard as well. If you are not accustomed to a mechanical keyboard, this might feel alright. So here is the 1.5 lakh rupee question. Should you spend about 1,30,000 on this machine? Well, let's put it this way. If you're someone that's interested in building your own PC, then by all means go ahead and build that machine. Not only do you get the satisfaction of building a machine, but you might get something with similar specifications for a slightly lower price point. Now, having said that, if you're someone like me who doesn't want to get their hands dirty and build a PC, then you can always look for something like this that's out of the box. But today, as of shooting this, or when you guys are watching this, you are going to get a similar PC from Asus with the GTX 1080, which is NVIDIA's latest graphics card. So despite this machine being a beast, we would recommend you pick up something that has the 1080, especially if it's something that comes out of the box. You're going to get a better graphics card, it's going to have more longevity. Nonetheless, if you're getting this one at a great price, at a considerable lower price when compared to something that's running on a 1080, then by all means you can pick it up. You are going to get a beast of a performer. With this machine, we have played a lot of games in ultra and high settings at 1080p resolution, even 2K in the case of some games. So yes, if you want an out-of-the-box experience for a gaming PC, you can definitely take a look at this one. As always, you can let us know what you thought of this video in the comment section below. If you liked it, hit the like button. And for more videos like this one, we'd like you to subscribe to the Digit YouTube channel. We'll catch you in another video.